Mr. Transformers 96 here. Within the video, I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Hot Toys. These are the Hot Toys that were on display at Toy Soul Fair 2015, so yeah. So let's get started. So first of all, let's just talk about quickly some figures that we've already seen. We have Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket. Ant-Man is scheduled to come out in March. I am looking forward to him. And Yellow Jacket is yet to go on pre-order. I was starting to get worried the Yellow Jacket was going to be canceled because it's just taken them way too long to put this guy on pre-order. And any hype for Ant-Man is over now. So and villains don't seem to sell very well for them anyway. So I was very worried that they would be canceling Yellow Jacket. Luckily, he is at this event, so it just means that he's around for a little longer, and he has not yet been canceled at least, which is good. They did also add a mini Yellow Jacket. I don't know how we're going to get these 4 figures, but I don't know if they're going to be included with Yellow Jacket or something. It would be odd just to include all of them with Yellow Jacket. Maybe they're going to do like a separate pack of just, ant-sized characters. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens with that. Overall, I'm super excited for that Yellow Jacket, though, and hope that it does not get canceled. Moving on to more interesting stuff, we have the Man of Steel collection. They did show a lot of Man of Steel stuff. We have previously seen, basically before this event, Batman and Superman have been shown, and they're not quite on pre-order yet as of filming this, but they have been shown, and I've already discussed their look in general. Overall, I will say that it looks like they fixed Batman's kind of fatness. They did slim down the waist here so that it kind of bulks up as you go up instead of bulking up as you go down. So overall, it looks like they have fixed everybody's complaint, which is quite nice. They did show a bat signal, the armored Batman, and then the Nightmare Batman, though, which is very cool. There's a better look, as you can see, at the kind of fixed Batman, I would say. Here's the new ones. As you can see, both are looking cool. The bat signal itself is really interesting. I can't imagine that it's clear that that's a bat symbol when it's all lit up, because the details are so minute that I doubt that it would just blend in with light behind it, being projected over a long distance. So, in the movie, that should just look like a big rectangle up there. You wouldn't be able to tell it's a bat signal, but whatever. Overall, this looks like an interesting thing. I'll be interested to see if this is included as a set with the armored Batman, or if it is going to just be by itself. The Nightmare Batman looks quite nice. It looks like it is somewhat of just Batman as a base, the stomach area, and then the head is obviously a new sculpt with the screaming, which I really like a lot. I like the scream to it. The jacket, and then it's just like a jacket over it with like some army pants. Overall, it looks like a really interesting, cool version of Batman. It's going to be from a dream sequence, though, so it's not going to be a very important suit, and therefore I'm going to skip it, but I do really love looking at it. I think it looks great. The armored version looks pretty awesome. He looks extremely bulky. I like the head sculpt a lot. We should be able to get a better picture of that in a second. I'll talk more about it when we get a better picture. Here's the new Batmobile. Overall looking awesome. I really do like the design of this Batmobile, but it's going to be expensive and big, so I'll be skipping it. There's a closer look at the armored Batman. Overall, I do like the face a lot. It looks like he's got more of a beard, or more of a shadow on his face, In the suits, he looks awesome. I love that head sculpt, and I like the really bulky hands. Overall, the rest of the costume is very comic-y looking to me. It doesn't look like it's real, to be quite honest. I think that the head sculpt looks really modern and cool and everything like that, but the rest of it does have a comic book feel to me, which isn't a bad thing. It's not what Marvel would have done, I think. I think Marvel would have made it a bit more realistic, which is odd considering DC seems to do things a bit more, have a more realistic take on things. So overall, it is disappointing that the armor is, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little, I think it lacks fine detail. There's a lot of just smooth places on it, which give it that comic appearance, because comic books lack some of that realistic mechanical detail, which I think the suit kind of represents. Overall, looks awesome, though. I do like it a lot. I do just want to stick with one Batman, and I think that one Batman will just be the normal Batman, but I could see myself breaking down and buying this one, because it does look quite neat. And the eyes light up, which looks awesome. Some more pictures of what we already talked about. A better look at that Batman. And what's it called? Bat signal, so yeah. And then here is the exclusive accessory that you will get if you purchase both Superman and Batman. Alright. Alright, this Superman, I've already talked about him, in that video where I talked about Batman and Superman. Lots of pictures from Batman and Superman. Here they all are together, and you can see the lights lit up on that armored Batman. That looks intense. I really love that. And it looks like he does come with an angry expression type of face, which is really cool too. So we'll have to see. That armored Batman looks pretty awesome. As of right now, I do plan to get this Batman, though. Totally skipping the Superman and skipping the Nightmare Batman, though. And skipping the Bat Signal. Here's... I don't know, are these, oh yeah, these are the Cos Baby figures. They stopped doing these for so long, but it looks like they are starting to do them again. All of them, nothing special. The Batmobile is the only thing that kind of looks neat to me. That's them setting up for Civil War. I'll talk about Civil War pictures in a second here. This is, a big surprise. They are doing Deadpool, which is really cool. Obviously, with it being a Fox product, there was a good chance they wouldn't be able to make him. It looks like they're going to try. I wouldn't be super surprised if this figure gets canceled. However, I do think that there's a very good chance that they will be able to make it. It looks awesome. It looks completely like the movie version, and I can't wait to get it. I think it's going to look great with the comic sideshow version of it, so I can't wait to get that figure and to get it on pre-order. With the movie coming out in less than 2 months, it should be going on pre-order pretty soon, I would say. Then they have the Mark 7 open version, which is a really unique idea. I think it's pretty neat. I like the lights inside of it. Overall, I doubt it's going to have any articulation, and I doubt you'll be able to close it all up. So, it's kind of interesting. It's definitely one that I don't want, though. It's a neat look, but just nothing special. Here we have the Mark 15. I think his name's like Sneaky or something like that. This is a really unique looking armor. Very slick, very detailed, and pretty cool. I like it a lot, but I do want to stay away from buying Iron Legion armors because I just have too many and they're in the movie for seconds and just not necessary. So as much as I do like this design a lot and the figure looks awesome, I think this is going to be one that I'm going to skip. Here we have the 1:4 scale Iron Man figures. The Mark 43 has been released. The Mark 45 hasn't gone on pre-order yet. And then maybe it has. No, it has gone on. I can't remember. I don't know. No, this has not gone on pre-order yet. Never mind. And then the Mark 42, I don't recognize. I think that is a new figure that they're showing. I don't remember there being a 1:4 scale Mark 42 before, so that might be a new figure. I'm not sure, though. There's a better look at the Mark 15. The opened, the open Mark 7 from the front, as you can see, looking pretty interesting from the front, actually. It'll probably look pretty strange, just dead on, but from the back it looks pretty neat. Alright, a new shown figure has been Finn from The Force Awakens. Overall, this looks really great. I think that the legs lack some bulk. It looks very strange. I can totally see like a true type leg in there. It doesn't look like there's an actual human leg in there, so that is disappointing. I think it might just be the pose. It would be great if they added some padding in the leg so it doesn't look so strange like that. But it might just be the pose and the positioning of the pants. If you do kind of pull up the end of the pants right here, they might look a lot better. The head sculpt looks really cool. He looks pretty serious. I don't think it's like, I think the head sculpt itself is really nice. It's nothing like, ooh, amazing, but it is pretty decent. I do like it a lot. And he does come with the lightsaber, of course. Some stuff that I really don't care about. And then there he is with Rey. Rey has already gone on pre-order, of course. Some new troopers that have been shown are the trooper with the black shoulder pad. I'm not quite sure what that represents. I mean, the orange is officer, the white is squad leader, so I don't know what the black one means. Overall, it looks normal, nothing special about it, just a different color shoulder pad. The Riot Control Trooper looks pretty awesome. Obviously, he's just a regular Stormtrooper, but he comes with a shield and baton. This was a trooper that in the movie got a fair amount of screen time compared to most of the troopers, and he looks awesome. I do want this one, so at the moment I do plan to get this Riot Control Stormtrooper. And of course, they all look great with Captain Phasma in the back. Things we've already seen and things I don't care about. They're doing the Cos Baby Star Wars figures. That Captain Phasma looks pretty neat, and the troopers themselves look pretty nice, but, not something I collect. Very cool. Alright, we're back to the beginning. Lastly, let's talk about the Civil War things. I thought that they were just going to show, like, Captain America and Iron Man, but they showed everybody, basically, so... Sorry, I've been doing a ton of reviews today and my throat's starting to hurt from talking so much, but overall I am surprised that they have done so many figures. It is really crazy. They have done the Power Pose Iron Man and then the War Machine, which I will talk about in a separate video because the official images for those have been released. But then they have done everybody else. What's worth noting is that the bases are pretty nice, and the blue ones represent Captain America's team, and the red ones represent Iron Man's team, which is pretty cool. Captain America himself overall looks pretty decent. The costume itself is very similar to the Age of Ultron one, though. Nothing too special in my opinion. We've had 50 million Captain Americas, so just nothing too special with this. I'm definitely going to skip it, not one for me. The Power Pose, I think, is just a dumb series in general. I don't think many people like the Power Pose series. They're not that much cheaper than Hot Toys, where it would be like, well, if you don't have the money for Hot Toys, you can get the Power Pose, because they're just slightly cheaper than Hot Toys. So I don't really like the Power Pose series whatsoever. This War Machine, like I said, I will be talking about in a separate video. We have Winter Soldier here. He's looking quite nice. He looks quite bulky, and I think that's just because of the multiple layers of clothing, but he does seem to have quite a bulk to him. The arm, the metal arm, looks the same as the original one, and it does look like a new head sculpt. It looks slightly better than the original, but just not that much better. The only thing kind of better about it is that he doesn't have the makeup around the eyes. When the Winter Soldier one did, the Captain America 2 Winter Soldier one did have the makeup around the eyes. Overall, looks like a decent figure. I have the Winter Soldier. I have the Captain America 2 one, though, so I definitely don't need it. We have Falcon, or sorry, Hawkeye. He looks decent. The head sculpt is a little off. I think the last head sculpt they did was better, but it's still pretty decent. He has a lot of blue in his costume, which I think purple looks better, but I do like the costume design where one of the arms is clothed and then one's open. I think that's a really unique look. I have the first Avengers Hawkeye, so I'm not going to be getting this, I don't think, but it does look like a pretty decent one. I think it looks better than the Age of Ultron one, just because I wasn't a big fan of his snow outfit from that movie, but this doesn't look too fantastic. We go to Black Widow. Her hair is obviously different, you know, like it always is. The hair is, it's long but curly. It looks a little strange here, but it does look quite nice. I do like the fact that she has batons. I think that those are a good weapon for Black Widow, and I'll be excited to see her use that in the movie. And overall, she looks pretty decent. I like the costume. They've taken the blue out of the costume, which I like a lot. I like it more when she's just wearing black. So I do plan to skip this one, but you never know. Alright, now we move on to Falcon. Overall looking quite neat. He obviously has a new design costume. I like the red on his wings and the slight red in his costume to kind of represent his comic version. It's kind of like a wink to that. Overall, looks pretty nice. I have the original Falcon though, so no need to get that one. And then Vision. Vision looks exactly like the Age of Ultron version. I really don't see anything new about it. It seems to be just about the exact same thing, which is disappointing because I wasn't a big fan of the look of that Hot Toys figure, and it looks like they've just done the same thing to it. So I am going to get the Avengers Age of Ultron version. And, you know, I considered waiting for the Civil War one, but the Civil War one looks exactly the same, so no need to wait. And then Scarlet Witch. This is the only one that I'll actually consider getting. I think that she looks really cool, and I am going to get the Age of Ultron, the Age of Ultron Scarlet Witch, but I think this one looks really nice. The costume design is really cool. The other one wasn't so much of a costume, while this definitely feels like a costume to me, so I do like it a lot. I hope that she comes with unique constructs as compared to the Age of Ultron one. I hope that she has different ones, but overall she looks like a pretty decent figure. They are doing the little Cos babies for this line too, kind of cute. One thing that's worth noting is they do have Crossbones here, which leads me to think that maybe they will do an actual Hot Toys Crossbones. That would be the one figure that I'd absolutely die to have from this series, so hopefully they'll do that. And then they do have that Artist Mix figures too, nothing special, and a couple buffs. So overall, they've showed some really interesting things. I feel like, I mean, this event started when Star Wars came out, so I feel like this event really should have showcased Star Wars stuff, and it didn't. They, Finn was really the only new character they showed, and there was just nothing too special. I think that they should have made it more about Star Wars, and it seemed to be more about Batman vs. Superman and Civil War, but overall, very excited to see these. I'm definitely excited to get some of these figures, like, Batman, maybe the armored Batman, Scarlet Witch, Finn, the Riot Trooper, and things like that. They didn't show, they showed a lot of new stuff, but most of it is just kind of old figures that we've already seen, but with different costumes from Civil War, basically. So, there you go. Let me know what you guys thought of this stuff, and thanks for watching.